Welcome back, guys. First off, I want to say thank you for all the support in the last video. If you guys did not see that video, we went through and built up the RM to this point. And yeah, really appreciate the support, and just over the years on the channel, pretty lucky to be doing what I'm doing here and be free to share my opinion on the world matters as well. So yeah, thank you. I never say it enough to you guys, but yeah, let's get going on this RM today. We're going to be working on the brake systems. So the front brake on the RMs is definitely a weak point, and we're going to be doing some stuff to upgrade that. We're going to be swapping some stuff on the rear too, so let's get into it. So like I was saying, the front brakes on the RM suck pretty bad, so we are going to be swapping them out for a completely different system off of a 2015 CRF 450. These are a lot better of a system. I've always liked the Honda front brakes. From what I've seen, the caliper adapter just needs to be swapped over, so let's bolt it up and see what we can do. We're gonna need to pop this front wheel off and throw our rotor on here. Don't worry, that's just a temporary rotor for now. We're gonna see how close the CRF mount is to the RM forks. Yeah, we're pretty far off here. You can see it's about an inch off. I'm gonna swap the RM bracket on here and see how that works. So obviously the RM bracket will fit onto the RM forks. Just a matter of lining up with the CRF caliper. Looks like it's gonna be pretty close. Let's try it. Yeah, it looks like it lines up. I had done some research on this before online, and people said it would line up, and they weren't kidding. All right, now we just gotta see if everything lines up with the rotor and forks. Lines up with the rotor, obviously lines up with the forks. That one's good. Look at that. Budget hack for getting some better brakes on your RM. I think I found this brake system for, I think it was like $80 on eBay. So yeah, that's a good sign. And obviously, once we go up to the top here, it'll line up with the handlebars. That's no issue there. And we're gonna have the new style routing as well. The RM usually uses routing that comes down, wraps around the fork lug here. And this is a lot more efficient of a style, just like the CRF routing. So that should work perfect. So if you guys are interested in doing a swap like this on your RM, all you'll need is a 2007 or newer CRF 250 or 450 front brake system. I believe they're the same all the way up to 2020 or maybe even 2022. But just look for a used set like this on eBay. And what makes these 07 and newer systems great is they have a little different setup with the master cylinder here. Works a lot smoother than the older style. Has like a, I don't know what you call it, different plunger system basically, and it's a really smooth progressive system. So definitely pretty excited about this mounting up on there. Now for the rear brake system, this is a 2001, so it uses the reservoir type that mounts higher up on the frame. Didn't really like that style, so I was looking into ways to swap that over, and I came across the CRF Master. I was looking at it on my bikes, and then I also got a little tip from my buddy Charles at MX Revival. He said the CRF master cylinder, rear master cylinder would work on there, and the bolt holes line up. You just got to do a little swapping with the internals here, and so we're gonna try that out. And I also heard that what was it, YZ master cylinders of certain years, I don't know which They also use the same pattern, so you might be able to swap a master off a YZ as well. See, it just bolts right up to the RM frame. Might need to do a little bit of trimming here. The bottom hole is getting held up. So now we just gotta see if we can line up the brake pedal and the rear caliper with this setup. Looks like we're lining up pretty good, maybe a little bit high. Let's just trim this frame so I can get that master cylinder bolted all the way on there. You know what we gotta do. So we just had to trim right on this bottom corner of the lower mount. Should have done that before I powder coated the frame, but didn't really do my homework on this thing. It's maybe a little bit off. You can see the piston coming out at a little bit of an angle there. I'd have to almost rotate the master back that way. So when looking at it from the back, we don't have perfect alignment. You can see it's cocked out. So I might have to bend the pedal in a little bit or do something with the clevis. Yeah, I'm just gonna try bending this thing up, see if I can get it to move over. This one didn't really work too well. It just got all bent out of place. I was trying to straighten it out and rebend it so that way it would work, but kind of destroyed it. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the CR master cylinder to work on there. I mean, I could with a different clevis, but I saw that a YZ 125, like a newer YZ 125 master would mount up on there, and it looks like it's gonna position it a little bit better and I won't have to grind the frame or do any alterations there. So I'm gonna go buy a 125 master cylinder and see if that will work any better. If not, I'll just create a custom clevis for that master and just do a one-off part on it. So a little tip for you guys that are looking for used parts, pull up a diagram here like a parts fish and find the part number. I'm using Cycle Parts Nation. So find the part number here, right here, and copy that into this little search here. And that'll pop up what bikes that part will fit. So it shows 05 to 08 YZ 125, 250F, 450F, all these different models. And then if we go over to eBay, we can search up all these models and find a master cylinder. So it just kind of broadens the search here. All right, I found this one here off of a 2005 or 2006 YZ 250F. Looks to be in pretty good shape, so I'm gonna snag this one and test it out. So it didn't quite work out with the rear brakes, but we're gonna move back to the front brake system here. I'm gonna tear this all the way down, get it cleaned up and ready to rebuild. So we're just gonna pull the brake line off of it right now. How about that brake lever? Think we can straighten her out? She's a little wonky. So this is what I was saying about the newer CRF master cylinders. They have this pin here and it just makes for a lot smoother action with the lever. See, all this rotates, or it should rotate. This lever's all jacked up. Basically this rotates here with the angle of the master cylinder and makes it work a lot better. Now for the lovely cap screws here. These things are always stripped out. All right, our last attempt here is gonna be with the impact screwdriver. Those screws are already pretty far gone, but let's see what we can do. Yep, she gone. That one looks like it was going. Today's just going great, isn't it? So I'm just gonna drill down into the thread or down into the bolt a little bit and tap a Torx bit in there, and that should loosen it up. Is brake fluid flammable? Guess we'll find out. There we go. Money. I think that heat made the difference. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I'm actually really curious if brake fluid's flammable or not. Didn't blow up, so it must not be. So we've got this little handy tool from Motion Pro. Basically just goes inside the piston of the caliper here. So just tighten that thing down and you'll be able to work the piston out of the caliper. Sometimes these can be pretty stuck in there. So these pistons are a little stuck in here. So I'm gonna use some compressed air in the bleeder hole here. And that should help push it out. This thing won't even turn. I think I bought the crustiest pair of brakes on eBay available. Yeah, we got one. Nice. Got it. Trick works pretty good.
Oh,
that was sick. All right, there we go. I swear I went back and forth like 5 times with these things. Looks like they're in pretty good shape. I don't see any scrapes on them. Should be able to reuse those. Now inside of here, we've got the piston seals. Be careful not to scratch up the bore of the caliper there. It's like surgery. Sweet. All right, at this point, the caliper's pretty much all bare. Nice. Good old Harbor Freight. Battery number 2. Okay, this one says full charge. What are the chances that this one works? Yeah. 3rd time's a charm. Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna see if I can bring this brake lever back to life. It's bent. This is seized up. Let's see if we can break this thing loose. It's freaking brand new again. Now let's see if we can bend it back.
Lay some pipe.
You talking about an actual pipe like this?
Sure.
Yeah, I guess that'll work. Oh no! My brake lever. Shit. Well, frick, I put all that love into it and it just broke on me. Damn, I had it like working perfectly smooth too. I really wanted that one to work. We got a backup here that'll work fine. Pretty pitted up though. Time to get all this stuff cleaned up. Just gonna drop it over in the parts washer. So this is the parts washer I built a couple years ago. It's all heated. Just a good old Harbor Freight unit. Does the trick pretty good. Got a little flow through brush here. Time to get cleaning. Forgot to pull apart the master cylinder here. Just got to pull out the circlip and the piston and all that good stuff will slide out of there. So there's a few things I want to clean up with the bench grinder. There's a bunch of pits in this brake lever. You guys probably think I'm crazy for reusing a brake lever, but if it's good, might as well use it. And then the cap, just gonna smooth out all of this stamping here, and just gonna smooth out this guy as well. Not too shabby for a stock cap there. All right, well, we have that parts washer all heated up and going. Figure I'd clean up some other parts. So we got a couple bins worth of goodies here. Start digging into it. See what we got. Got a crank, set of cases. Ooh, that one's all chewed up right there. Cylinder head, got the cylinder, clutch, and a bunch of tranny parts in there, just freaking scattered all over. And we've got the clutch covers. So what we're doing with this is we are going to be cleaning it all up and actually doing a little demo or a little fun thing for you guys to do at the show coming up this Saturday. We're gonna have this set up on an engine stand and have you guys try your hand at building it. So I just gotta make sure everything is here. It looks like we've got everything except for maybe like the clutch plates. So we're just gonna clean this stuff up and get it ready to put together for you guys. To check out this piston. Cracked right there, busted off the skirt. All scraped up. So the show is in Post Falls, Idaho. So it's Saturday the 21st. And so we're gonna have a little booth set up out there and have some bikes and this engine. So if you guys are in the Pacific Northwest, come on out. It's gonna be a blast. I want you guys to take a guess which engine this is, the year and the model. I'm sure a lot of you, this will be pretty easy, but might be tough to get it down to the exact year. So we've got the engine all cleaned up, just got basically all the oil and grease off of it. It's nice and rusty still, lots of corrosion. A lot of the bearings are out. It's just nothing, not gonna be anything like too serious here. Basically gonna drop the crank in without a bearing. That way, obviously you don't need to press it in, and to start dropping tranny, gear shift stuff, and should be pretty simple. But yeah, hope to see you guys at the show and having fun with this thing. We still do have some of these giveaway shirts left, just a few sizes in each one. We've got red one, 2-stoked, a long sleeve, 2 strokes 2020, and then a CR shirt, has a picture of the CR250 on the back of it. So if you guys want to grab some of these while we still have a few left, just head over to the website primemx.com and add $20 to your cart, and you can add one of these shirts for free. Just click the free items section of the website. So happy shopping, guys. So that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. We are going to be working on the front brakes in the next one, get that all coated up and back together, and hopefully have the parts for the rear brake. And we'll probably do some filming at the show too, see how that engine idea works out. But appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.